All right, this is a 2002 Articcat 90. It's kind of, they call it a Youth 12 is the model of it. It's in pretty good shape. It's got a couple of cracks and some plastic. It's got some decals that are a little chipped, scratches, etc. But other than that, it's in really pretty good shape. Pretty much all factory, original rather. Only thing that's been changed is I put a different tail light on it that also has a stop light in it. I feel like with a kid riding it, you know, where we typically do most of our riding is out on a hunting property, and we use it a lot after dark. And at any rate, so I added a headlight and I made sure it also had a stop light, so that way, you know, typically you have your kid riding in front of you. If they slam on the brakes because there's a tree frog or they have to pee or they thought of something really important they need to tell you, you know how kids can be, you can see they're stopping. So I'll show you that here in just a second. And then I've also added a headlight as well, because this particular model did not come with that. It does have new tires all the way around. They're in very good shape. Still have the the little tabs on. You can tell it's just a brand new set of tires. Like I say, it's in pretty good shape. Tell you the bads first, I guess, or the not as good, so to speak, which is the plastic itself. Front is good. You can see right here. There's a little piece where this connects. It's been broken off. It was like that when I picked it up. That's on both sides. So there just used to be a little piece that connected to this piece to hold this up a little more flush. It's more of a cosmetic. It's as far as the rear fender, it's still attached here and then under the seat, so it's not going anywhere. The other thing is under here, there's kind of like a, if I can get some of this glare out of here, I may not be able to. So anyway, right here where my finger is, it doesn't connect there any longer on the rear fender. And there's also a crack on the top from the same thing. And then on the other side, same thing, you can see it a little bit better. So both sides, this strut, if you will, is not connected to the rear fender. But again, it's not going anywhere. This is the release for the rear seat. You just slide that out, and of course it comes right off. This is the kickstart here, just a standard kickstart. So once the switch is on and it's ready to start, basically just give that a kick and it'll go. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back off here. And then since I'm on the topic of starting, over here on this side, the left side of the handlebar, you've got a parking brake that you lock into place like that. And then once the key is on, and then of course this switch just is in the middle, just a simple push button, then you can release your parking brake. Now on this switch over here, it has off, actually let me show you, off, on, and light. So the lights that I added are set into that. So that's on to let it start. And then the second switch is the light. So that brings your headlight on. And that's your tail light with the brake light. And that's just the tail light. So that's your stop light. Okay, so you see that. It was originally a oil injected 2-stroke. The previous owner said the pump that physically pumps the oil went out, so it's pre-mixed, so you know we've had no problem with that. Some of the plastic, as you can see through here, a little chipped up. There's also pictures on the ad, you can see this a little more clearly. You know, so that, and then the cracked plastic in the back I showed you. That's pretty much it. With this being a 90cc 2-stroke, it definitely has no problem pulling, you know, myself. I go about 230. I'll ride it real quick just so you can see it has plenty of power. One of the neat things about this, again, for it to be a kid, it's a fully automatic, so there's no gear selector. Literally, once you start it, with the electric start, once you take that parking brake out, the safety brake, so once it's parked, I'm sorry, once it's started, you release that brake. All you have to then do is hit the accelerator and it goes. You don't have to do anything else. Now, it doesn't have reverse or anything. It doesn't have a neutral. It's fully automatic. And it is a chain drive. There's your chain there. Right here is your chain drive setup. So that's really great. The other great thing for a kid, again, especially the newer they are to riding it, this screw right here, the more you screw that in, the less the throttle will go this way, meaning it's a governor essentially, so you can govern the amount of speed your kid can travel at. And then both sets of brakes are four-wheel with a locking parking brake feature, so four-wheel front and back by four-wheel brake on both sides here as well. This is kind of considered your main brake. This is the one I put the brake light to, just simply because you're going to be using the throttle on the other side. So that's that one. So at any rate, hold on one second and I'll just drive this around my truck real quick just so you can see it running. All right, I'm going to take off now. Again, I go about 230 pounds, so obviously this is designed for someone quite a bit smaller. Take this parking brake off, the stoplight rather, you can see it going there. Anyway, so that's pretty much it.